Welcome to Adapt NCLEX concept in nursing. We're going to focus on prioritization. You have to master this concept and then use the concept to answer questions when it comes to priority, which is large portion of your NCLEX. Let's get to it. First big question. How do you approach it? Read the last question. That's why I put it in red. Which medication-related issues should the nurse address first? That means side effect of the medication. Not every side effect is important. There is some side effects that are very, very important. What is the problem? The case. A nurse is assessing 4 clients in the mental health clinic. That means you have 4 mental health clinic patients and they are on certain medication. Which side effect is most important? Not all of them. Metaphenidate, what does it cause? It's a stimulant. It will make you what? You develop insomnia. You become restlessness. You have loss of appetite, right? Growth retardation. All these things, you have to look at the situation. Insomnia, restlessness is something you see in metaphenidate. Is this something in this situation you should pick as an answer choice? Think about it. Next question. A client on quetiapine is antipsychotic, right? Whose blood pressure is 85 over what? 50. Think about it. A client on trazodone who report dry mouth and grassiness. Trazodone is what? Antidepressant, atypical one. Number four, escitalopram who report decreased libido. Think about all of them and then go back to your content. Metaphenidate causing insomnia and restlessness, expected finding. It's not bad. If it's a growth retardation and loss of appetite in a young kid, yeah, you worry about it. With typing, it causes orthostatic hypotension, but 85 over 50 is bad. Okay, so you have to hold on to that. Trazodone causes sedation, and then it has anticholinergic effect. Dry mouth and grossiness is expected finding. Escitalopram is SSRI. It causes decreased sexual drive, which is decreased what? Libido. Therefore, by prioritization wise, I'm going to pick a patient with quetiapine. 2 is your right answer. What is the next priority action? If you have 1 second, what would you do? A postpartum client with a boggy uterus, too big, is not contracting, right? And heavy vaginal bleeding is being monitored. It's bleeding and he has boggy uterus. Your diagnosis is what? Urine atony. The first thing you can do is to stimulate contraction. Do you call the doctor? Do you start IV? Do you massage the uterus or give Pitocin? Pitocin will take some time to work. It takes some time to work. Just massaging right away will cause a stimulation and contract the uterus. And you have time. You can do that without an order. Every time there is a priority question, pick an answer choice that you, the nurse, can intervene without even letting the doctor know. That means I can massage the uterus to prevent the bleeding and the boggy uterus without the doctor knowing about it. If I need Pitocin, he has to give me order. So while I notify him for Pitocin, I'm already massaging the uterus and helping with that. So 3 is better choice. Which client should the nurse assess first? The same thing. You have 1 second. What would you do? And nurse is reviewing the list of clients assigned for the shift. Who would you see? I have fracture and I have pain 6 out of 10. Okay. I have hip replacement. My temperature is what? 100.8. I have open tibia fracture with the foul smelling drainage. I have a cast and it's itchy and direct. Be sharp. Is there any breathing problem there? I don't see any breathing problem there. The femur fracture with pain is regular pain. If I tell you they have petechia, yeah, If they have shortness of breath, yeah. If they have uh, purple rash on their chest, yeah, those are fat embolism. Just pain is an expected finding. If you fracture your femur, is this pain going to cost your life? No. So you ignore it. Hip replacement, just having temperature 100.8, it may be sepsis, but let's hold on to that. Open femur fracture and your foul smelling drainage, clear sepsis, right? That will be osteomyelitis. That's bad. If I put a cast on and you itching under that, I just need to educate you not to put anything under the cast. Therefore, 2 and 3 are your best answer choices. Which one is worse? Temperature of 100.8 and clear evidence of infection. Foul smelling drainage is number 1. So I pick number 3. Which client requires immediate intervention? And after receiving change of shift report, who do you see first? Client is MPO. Reporting dry mucous memory. Well, we got to give it fluid. Client is reporting difficulty swallowing oral meds. Okay, we got to go figure out why they have problem can swallow. Client is post-op day 1. Is oral temperature 100.4. All of this tell you 1, 2, 3 are not that dangerous. By default, 4 has to be the right answer. I have tracheostomy and I have audible gurgling sound. That means something is bad. Respiratory issue. You got to be sharp. 4 is your right answer. And nurse is caring for multiple clients on a medical surgical unit. Who should the nurse prioritize? That means who does not have time, whose situation is unexpected, whose situation is expected but is the worst of the expected finding, whose situation you got to be sharp, right? Clients with indwelling urine catheter reporting a burning sensation, maybe have a UTI. A client with what? Peripheral IV infusion that has infiltrated and swollen. Bad infiltration. You got to remove the IV. Client is post-op day 2. There's just a few 50 ml serosanguinary drainage in 4 hours. Just a little bit. Client who has been on bed rest and is reporting what? Calf pain. Bad. Calf pain for being bed rest is DVT. DVT will turn into PE. And that is what? Respiratory and airway problem. We got to see number 4. Which finding require immediate intervention? A client is 6 hours post-op following abdominal surgery. That means you have surgery 6 hours ago. Which finding should you worry about? You're going to have pain, abdominal surgery, 7 out of 10. I'm not worrying about it. There's not going to be bowel sounds because your bowel is going to start waking up slowly, right? There will be some drainage on incision, serous bleeding. If they want you to think about bleeding, they will say hemorrhage. Or the dressing is saturated. By default, 4 is your right answer. Tachycardia, that means what? Dehydration or sepsis. Firm distended abdomen, sepsis. Number 4 is your right answer. You see how I'm approaching them? Stop the video, answer it. See the way I approached and I figure out the answer choice. Which client can be discharged to free up a bed? That means who is stable. An ICU client require urgent admission to your unit. Who need to go home? Recovering from diverticulitis on regular diet. Are you eating regular diet while you stay in the hospital? Poorly controlled hypertension is still requiring blood pressure monitoring. Bad problem. Staying. Colostomy, he has not yet been educated on stomach care. He can't go home. He needs some discharge. Crohn's disease is just steroid is not ready. Therefore, number 1 is ready to go. A client with bipolar disorder is in a maniac state is admitted, right? In a maniac state. What is the most appropriate nursing intervention? Whenever they give you psych question, always go for physical need. There will be a bunch of answer choice there. That is okay. But always, unless there's no physical need, then you go to the other priority. Encourage group therapy participation. Wrong. They cannot have group therapy in maniac state. They're supposed to have one-to-one therapy. Provide a structure and low stimulation environment. Yes, that's good. Allow the client to explore their interests freely. No, they will be going AWOD. Provide frequent high calorie meal. That's good. Now you have 2 and 4. What is the problem? 4 is a physical need. 2 is a psychological need. Which one would you pick? Physical need. Number 4 is the right answer. The nurse walks into a client's room and finds the oxygen tubing disconnected. What is the first action? Tube is disconnected. Patient is receiving oxygen. You walk in. What would you do? I want you to assess the patient. See how the patient is doing. Is he suffering from it? Reconnect the tubing to the patient. It may not be that enough, right? It may be already dead. Check the patient oxygen saturation. How much oxygen is he getting? Notify the respiratory therapist. It's not going to help you. Secure the tubing to the wall unit. Assessment is always the best answer. So check the patient oxygen saturation and see how they desaturating. And this is assessing a client with the chest tube. Okay, which finding require immediate intervention? Unexpected finding. Continuous bubbling in the water seal chamber is unexpected finding. You should not see bubbling in the water seal. If you have to see bubbling, it's intermittent bubbling. Drainage of 550 ml per hour in the collection chamber is not that bad. Subcutaneous emphysema around the insertion site is expected unless it's expanding or it's been there for a long time. Tidling in the water seal chamber during inspiration is expected. Which one is not expected? Is number 1. 10 questions, prioritization, mastering, nursing concept. Take care of yourself and good luck with your exams.